पाकिस्तानी अमेरिकन लॉ इन्फोर्समेंट सोसाइटी के ज़ेर एहतमाम लिटिल पाकिस्तान ब्रुकलिन में अप्रैल 17, 2024 को एक टाउन हॉल मीटिंग का एहतमाम किया गया, जिसमें न्यूयॉर्क पुलिस डिपार्टमेंट के पुलिस कमिश्नर एडवर्ड कबान, चीफ जेफरी मैड्री, फर्स्ट डिप्टी कमिश्नर तानिया किंसला, इंस्पेक्टर अदील राना और पाकिस्तान के कौंसल जनरल आमिर अहमद आतोजई के अलावा पाल्स के तमाम मेंबरान, न्यूयॉर्क पुलिस डिपार्टमेंट के आला अफसरान, मुख्तलिफ इदारों के नुमाइंदे और पाकिस्तानी कम्युनिटी के मुअज़्ज़िज़ीन ने भरपूर शिरकत की। प्रोग्राम के शुरू में फ्लैग्स की सलामी पेश की गई।
Enforcement Society Town Hall meeting. We thank you all for being here. To begin our ceremony, please rise for the presentation of our nation's colors and the singing of the Pakistani national anthem by Lieutenant Muhammad Ali, followed by the American national anthem by Police Officer Minerva Johannes.
पहले पाकिस्तानी कौमी तराना पेश किया गया।
पाक सरज़मीन शाद बाद, कीश्वरे हसीन शाद बाद।
और फिर अमेरिकन नेशनल एंथम।
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam?
Now I'd like to introduce Sergeant Waqar Ali for the opening prayer.
Parade breath.
तिलावत कलाम पाक से आगाज किया गया।
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أنزلناه في ليلة القدر.
It is now my pleasure to turn over the town hall meeting and introduce the president of the Pakistani American Law Enforcement Society, Detective Rohil Khalid.
Assalamu alaikum ya Rasulullah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to the NYPD Pakistani American Law Enforcement Society Town Hall meeting. First and foremost, I would like to thank Honorable Police Commissioner Edward Caban. Thank you, sir. First Deputy Commissioner Tanya Kinsella. Thank you, Commissioner. Chief of Department, Chief Jeffrey Madry. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Honorable Consul General of Pakistan, Amir Ahmed Atazoi. Thank you, sir, to be part of this town hall meeting. Also, we have the other executive with us today. Just want to acknowledge Chief of Detective, Chief Joseph Canny. Welcome, sir. Thank you for accepting the invitation. Chief of Personnel, John Benoit. Thank you, sir. Deputy Commissioner Intel and Counterterrorism, Rebecca Rayner. Deputy Commissioner of Equity, Commissioner Wendy Garcia, welcome. Assistant Chief of Patrol Bureau Brooklyn South, Chief Charles McAvoy, thank you, sir. And also from the Commissioner's Office, we have Chief Pintos with us. Thank you, sir, to be part of this town hall meeting. And Inspector, Detective Bureau Brooklyn South, Andrew Arias. Thank you, sir. Before we start this meeting, there's a lot of questions we were getting in. I just want to say a few things. Few of the calls I got in, there was an incident happened a couple of weeks ago. There was an incident happened with a Muslim female. People reach out to us, pals did reach out to the hate crime CEO. And it was an honor for us, and as a proud moment, I'll say, Deputy Inspector Gary Marcus, he's always there for the community. Not only that person was arrested, but was charged with a hate crime. So we didn't receive any more calls. So thank you very much for that, sir. The reason we did this town hall meeting today, to bring the awareness. The Pakistani community always asking they need to meet with the new police commissioner. We had a meeting with him a few months ago, and he shows an interest. He said he would love to meet with the community, and finally we came up with this date. His schedule is really busy, but he has a love for every community members, and that's why he's here today for anything Pakistani community needed, and it's mean a lot. There's a new face that I seen here today. Some people don't know about PALS, Pakistani American Law Enforcement Society. We started this fraternal organization back in 2015. And I always say we started with the 175. The reason I'm keep repeating that number, that within 2 years, that number was 300. The last 3 years, day in, day out, PALS working tirelessly to help this community. And the last 3 to 5 classes, we have a new 100 Pakistani recruits. Most of them already graduated and they're part of NYPD now. And I would like to acknowledge the board who's behind. I will call them at the front of the stage so everybody can look at their faces. First, I would like to call event coordinator Ehtisham Khan. Please come at the front. Our treasurer, Lieutenant Muhammad Ishrat. Our secretary, Sergeant Waqar Ali. And investigator Mehran Fiaz, recording secretary. We have 7 board members. Our first vice president, he's the commanding officer of IT in the police academy, Sergeant Asad Anwar. He was busy, he had to do a lot of work, but he helped us a lot. And there's another board member who worked really hard for this event, but he cannot make it. Because 3 weeks ago, he had a major heart attack, and he's at home right now. This is how hard this society is working for our community. And the number you're saying, like 100 to 200 new members, is because of these people and our trustees. You can see there's a sign on each window, how we did the recruitment drive in every borough. Before you guys leave, you can take the picture. That will answer most of the questions. What are we doing and how are we doing and what our goals are. PAL didn't stop here. We also, last year, there was a gas outage at the night shop development. And we make sure every household get the food. We deliver more than 7,000 to 10,000 pounds of turkey. During the COVID, we make sure there was a free COVID kit and COVID testing for every community members without any appointment. We recently opened nationwide chapters, and with the help of NYPD and police commissioner, the first deputy commissioner, we're able to achieve something which Pakistani community was trying for 77 years. We got the first official Heritage Month celebration on March 5th in NYPD police headquarters. And I see there's Ali Rashid, he's a community leader sitting here. Same month, the state of New York made it official. So now every year, March will be Pakistan Heritage Month. I would also like to acknowledge our executives. We recently have the new Inspector Rana. We have a Deputy Inspector Misbah Noor. Captain Ashraf, he's been a captain since 2020. One of the hardworking individuals. He was in a squad as a detective, promoted to sergeant, went back to the squad, became a lieutenant, and as a captain he went back, and now he's the commanding officer 4-1. Congratulations, sir. Captain Awais Khanzada, I seen him, he's sitting right over here. Thank you, sir. Another hardworking individual, and thank you, sir. Thank you very much for attending this event. Also in 2017, we had Captain Asif Iqbal was promoted to the rank of captain. And he's the commanding officer of TD 30. Congratulations, sir. Then we have a Captain Yasin Mobeen. He's doing a mobile field force today. He said we'll try to stop by. Another hardworking individual who came number 1 on the department of the captain list. Now, when we started this meeting, I was sending the messages. There was a lot of calls, and we want to ask the question. And there's another question I was getting in. Is Captain Wahid Akhtar is coming? And I said, yes, Captain Wahid Akhtar is coming. This individual got promoted in 2015. He's a captain, and he's a commanding officer of TD 23. Thank you, sir. The reason I'm mentioning that, the people telling me how you handled the job last year in the month of Ramadan with the individual entered the mosque and you're not working, you follow that individual, you call 911, you take everything what is possible, and that guy was arrested. Thank you for your bravery. Really appreciate it. Now it is an honor for me to call the Police Commissioner, Edward Caban, to come to the stage, please.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Along with members of my executive staff, it's an honor to be here. We look forward to tonight's discussion, and we're grateful for the opportunity to talk with all of you. A special thank you to the Consul General from Pakistan, Amir Ahmad Adovia, for being here and for his work bringing the two nations closer together. This partnership has become more important over the years, and we're always grateful for your support. I also want to thank Lieutenant Khalid and the Pakistan American Law Enforcement Society's board and membership for organizing this town hall, and for everything the society does for the NYPD and for all the people we serve. Our city's Pakistani American community is strong, it's vibrant, and it's growing fast. And the same is true in our city's police department. Over the last 4 years, the number of NYPD members who claim Pakistani heritage has increased by more than 20%. In the same time period, Urdu speakers in the NYPD rose 27%. And these dedicated officers are rising through the ranks as well. Just 2 weeks ago, I had the great honor of promoting my good friend, Adil Rana, who became the first Pakistani American inspector in the history of the NYPD. And of course, Inspector Rana is with us today, so please continue to join me in congratulating him. Congratulations, my friend. And I know Adil won't be stopping there, and neither will any members of the NYPD. We are committed to increasing our diversity because the people who protect our city must reflect our city. This effort is critical to our public safety, and we can't do it without you. As leaders in the Pakistani American community, you're in the perfect position to get the word out and to help us recruit new officers directly from the neighborhoods we serve. Representation matters, and with your support, we will build a better police department and a safer city. And with that, we are very happy you could join us tonight to discuss the issues that matter to you most. So thank you all for being here, and we look forward to talking to all of you. Thank you.
The next, I would like to request the Consul General of Pakistan, Amir Atazoi, to please come to the stage, sir.
Respectable Police Commissioner Edward A. Caban, First Deputy Commissioner Tanya Kinsella, Chief of the Department Jeffrey Badri, and our dear friend Inspector Adil Rana, and my dear countrymen, Assalamu alaikum and a very good evening to you all. Ladies and gentlemen, as we gather here today, I'm honored to address this esteemed gathering at the Town Hall event organized by the Pakistani American Law Enforcement Society, PALS, alongside the distinguished presence of NYPD Commissioner Edward A. Caban. This occasion marks not only a celebration of our community's unity, but also is a testament to the collaborative efforts between the law enforcement agencies and the Pakistani community in New York. Firstly, allow me to express my profound gratitude to the New York Police Department for their unwavering support and commitment to the well-being of the Pakistani community in this great city. The NYPD has consistently demonstrated its dedication by undertaking various initiatives aimed at fostering a safe and inclusive environment for all residents, regardless of their backgrounds, which is something highly appreciable. From enhancing cultural sensitivity trainings to actively engaging with community leaders, the NYPD has exhibited exemplary efforts in bridging the gap between law enforcement in the Pakistani diaspora. I would also like to highlight the commendable efforts of the NYPD in organizing outreach programs such as community policing initiatives and language access services, which have greatly enhanced communication and trust between the law enforcement and the Pakistani community in this beautiful city. These proactive measures have been pivotal in addressing the concerns and ensuring the safety of our community members. I also appreciate the participation of Commissioner Edward A. Caban. I know how hard it is, taking out time from your busy schedules back in the office and everything, but making it here today, that speaks a lot about your commitment to the community service and to the looking after the welfare aspect of all the community in general, particularly the Pakistani community in this city. Your participation underscores the NYPD's commitment to listening to the voices of the Pakistani community and addressing their needs. We eagerly anticipate engaging in constructive cooperation with Commissioner Caban and NYPD, and we are confident that the concerns of Pakistani community in New York will be heard and addressed with the same level of sincerity and diligence that the NYPD is renowned for. Furthermore, I would like to commend PALS for their commendable efforts in uniting Pakistani origin law enforcement personnel and advocating for the betterment of our community. Since its inception in 2015, PALS has been instrumental in bringing together individuals of Pakistani descent serving in various law enforcement agencies across the United States of America. Though it's through its tireless efforts and dedication, PAL has not only provided a platform for networking and professional development, but also has been actively engaged in community outreach and advocacy on behalf of the Pakistani community. Their dedication to fostering a sense of fraternity among law enforcement professionals of Pakistani descent is truly commendable and deserving our utmost respect. I would also like to appreciate PALS from this platform, because there were quite a few occasions back in our country where there were calamities and circumstances beyond human control, where there was a need for reconstruction and doing public welfare and doing some charity. And they were in the forefront. They make it a point that they go to Pakistan, they look after the people in need, and we are highly thankful to them for this effort as well. As the Consul General of Pakistan in New York, I reaffirm our unwavering commitment to providing any support or assistance needed in addressing the issues faced by the Pakistani community. We stand ready to collaborate with the NYPD and other relevant authorities to ensure the safety, security, and well-being of our fellow citizens. The Consulate General of Pakistan looks forward to continued support of the NYPD in safeguarding the rights and interests of the Pakistani community. I'm sure together we can work towards a future where every individual feels valued, respected, and protected. May Allah bless you all, and I thank you.
Now we'll move to the question and answers. Lieutenant Shamkhan. Where's the mic on the floor? You have the mic? Okay. So the first person is from I think Mr. Arshad Awan. You had a question?
Hello. Sir, I would like to bring your attention towards the subway systems. Do you think we need more security police officers on each subway and in the trains? Thank you.
Thank you very much for that question. So transit has always been one of our priorities since the beginning of this administration. And at the end of last year, we went down in subway crimes. Then again in January, we saw an uptick. So once again, this being a priority for us, we put more resources in our transit system, more uniform officers in our transit system, not only on our platforms, but on our subway cars, in our subway stations. And since January, it paid dividends. February, we had an 18% decrease in transit. March, we had a 23.5% decrease in transit, accounting for an overall decrease in transit for the first quarter of 2024. And it happened quickly, it didn't happen by accident. It's done because of the hard work of the men and women of the New York City Police Department that are out there every day. I want to commend them for the work that they do.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Asad Chaudhry.
Thank you, Police Commissioner, for joining the town hall meeting, and we welcome you on behalf of Pakistani Community. My question is about the demonstration happening all over the city or other areas, and a lot of young kids join them. If they are arrested for unruly behavior or any other cause, will that hamper their future to getting city, state, or federal jobs? Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, everyone. Sir, just to answer your question, of course, when young people, if they get in trouble, if they're involved in unruly behavior, and they get arrested and they wind up getting something on their record, not even being arrested, they're driving, their driver's license. If they're out here driving reckless and they mess up their driver's license, of course it can impact them. We're not going to say that they can't absolutely get a job, a city job or something like that, but all these things eventually, they do come back. You have to answer for them, you have to explain what you did, you have to explain a mistake. So we always have to encourage our young people just to, drive properly, stay away from unruly behavior. You have to think about your future. And it's not even city jobs. You go to businesses, companies, they look at your record, they look at your social media, they look at your driving record. And if they see things they don't like, then they'll be reluctant to hire them. So you gotta encourage the young people that they're pushing for their future to keep out of trouble.
Mr. Abdul Manaf from DEP.
Good evening, everyone. My question is in regards to the STEM artists targeting New York City developers, and amongst them there are certain people with a certain level of educational background and understanding the IT side of it, but there's a lot of innocent citizens too being affected. My question is that New York City being the capital of the world in terms of finances, how come we are failing to prevent this before it's happening? We see all this on the social media afterwards, but what is that NYPD is doing in regards to prevent it, being proactive?
Hey, good evening. Joe Kenny, Chief of Detectives. So we have an entire division dedicated to financial crime. It's called crime against persons. It involves investigations that target these scams. But when we look at the overall picture of it, it's a matter of crime prevention where we need to touch base with not only the victims, who a majority of them are elderly, but we're also targeting their children and their grandchildren to teach them about these types of scams so they can inform their families. But we do lengthy investigations. We do work with our federal partners in the FBI on these types of cases. We're recently becoming more and more involved with cryptocurrency cases. We're starting to see those scams as well. So we do work with our federal partners, we work with crime prevention, and we work with the community to get the message out about these types of scams. I know what you're talking about. Usually you see it after the fact, but we are ahead of it where we're targeting a wide audience with crime prevention, both the potential victims, the elderly, and their children.
Mehrab Ali from Information and Technology.
Good evening, everyone. Commissioner. My name is Mehrab Ali. I grew up in this area and went to Pace University, got my master's. Currently, I'm working for New York City Department of Information Technology since 2001. Additionally, I'm a board member of One Nation Us nonprofit organization dedicated to assist individuals facing hardship due to loss of family members, providing services like burial costs and counseling. I have noticed a disparity in selection of precinct commanders, particularly in Brooklyn. Despite capable individuals from our community holding executive roles, they haven't been assigned to these precincts. I believe leaders like Captain Jangir Ashraf, Asif Iqbal, Wahid Akhtar are well suitable for these precincts. When can we expect to see representation from our community in this vital position?
Thank you for your question. I'm in charge of the precinct commander selection, all right, of course, with the approval of the police commissioner. So there's a process that we go through to get commanders into commands. And as you see, you mentioned 3 commanders there, they're all in commands. So eventually when the commands here are open, what we do is we post the commands. And then we see who has interest in the commands. So commanders will submit their resume and say, I'm interested in being on this command, I'm interested in being this commander. So, like I said, all these commands here, they're eventually going to turn over. Our commanders here, 2 of them in transit, we're going to want to eventually see them in precincts. I don't think Captain Ashraf will be allowed to leave the Bronx. His borough commander won't let him leave. But they're in the right direction, believe me. They're in the right direction. The deal, they're all in the right direction. And I feel good about their direction because I supported it. And the commissioner supported it. So it's going to happen eventually. But it starts with them. If I open the 6-2 tomorrow, if none of them put in for the 6-2, you know, sometimes I call them and twist their arms and say, submit for the command, submit for the command. But, you know, that's how the process goes. They put in for the command, and then we put them in front of the community votes. I think we go with, my last check, 80% of what the community wants we've gone with. And sometimes we go with the other person, and it has nothing to do with the community selection. Sometimes a commander puts in for 2 or 3 different commands, and they get selected for 2 or 3 different commands. They're only going to go to one command, so I have to put the alternative in. So I'm constantly making sure we have the best fit. So trust me, we have rising stars in this department from the Pakistani community, the Muslim community, and they're going to definitely be coming to the Brooklyn South.
Mr. Ali Hamza, Mighty Department.
Hi everyone. Thank you very much for organizing this. It's a very nice event. Thank you for inviting Farkley. Thank you everyone for on the stage for joining. And this kinds of events are really important for the community. Once we get to know each other, we know what you guys are doing, your services, and it's always nice to meet people like you. So thank you very much. And my question today is, how do we come to know what services, what are the benefits, as an individual, as a citizen, I don't know how can I be helped? We had an incident in our family with, identity theft. I didn't know how can I react, what's the right way. So what are the educations that are available for citizens and how can we be helped?
Good evening. Good evening. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Carlos Nieves. I'm the Assistant Commissioner of Media Relations, and that also means Community Relations. Over the past couple of months, we have established a really great relationship with the Pakistani media. Numerous members of the media here, they know that we're working to get these stories out, to get this information out. And we've done several stories explaining some of the different opportunities and different programs that are available to you, the community, and we will continue to do those stories. Several months ago, Commissioner Shepard presented an idea to Commissioner Caban and the executive staff, and that was to make sure that everyone in the community, not just the English community, the Spanish community, the Russian community, the Pakistani community, the Bengali community, is informed. And how do we do that? We do that by establishing relationships with members of the media. Right? So I think one of our first questions was safety in transit. We have many, many different programs in transit. We want to tell that story. So I'm inviting the members of the media, reach out to me, reach out to Lieutenant Shahid Mirza. Where is he? Lieutenant Mirza, he is your liaison within the police department to get that information out. So if there's things that you have questions on, reach out to your community leaders, reach out to Detective Rohel, get those questions to Lieutenant Mirza. We will answer those questions. We'll tell you how we do these things and what opportunities are available to you.
Thank you, Commissioner, and I also want to bring that to our Pakistani community knowledge. 2 months ago, Commissioner opened the door for One Police Plaza, where we took the first time the entire Pakistani media, and we had a really amazing time, and we all know how the department works now, and that never happened before. It's all only happened because of the Commissioner Davis. Thank you, sir. Mr. Naseem Gilgati, next.
Thank you, Paul, give me opportunity to say a question. It's a very important question, sir, your Commissioner. Nowadays, the marijuana is illegal in New York State. And now you go walk in the city, the whole city smells marijuana. Even in the neighborhood, the kids, especially young kids, got marijuana and smell. Once we called the cops came and they said they can't do nothing because it is illegal. So if it is possible in future to prevent such kind of activities, please. Thank you.
I will just add. Just listen, I think all of us here couldn't agree with you more. I'm in my bedroom at night, my windows open, I feel like I'm getting high. I'm like, so I agree with you. I was never in support of it being legal to this degree. Like if they made it legal and you smoked inside your house or at a recreational place designed for it, it's great. But to smoke in front of schools, in front of the mosque, in front of a church, I never agreed with that. Smoking in a park, I didn't agree with that. So, but unfortunately, we enforce the laws, we follow the rules of the law, This is a conversation you're gonna have to take, to different powers to say, hey, we need adjustments with this. But believe me, I think most of us here would agree with you that we weren't in support of it either, that it could just be done anywhere freely. Because we have seen challenges with it. And our hands are really tied. We really can't enforce. I can enforce an underage child, an underage person is not supposed to smoke it. But if someone is 21, 22, 23, smoking it in the street, there's nothing we can do about it, And we never supported that.
That was related to the same question.
Go ahead.
Sir, so do you see any spike in the Sir, do you see any spike in the drug-related issues recently when this got legalized?
If I may, I think the biggest issue we see is the smoke shops coming into the communities. There are smoke shops popping up everywhere. There's a lot of legal issues with the smoke shops that we're dealing with and we're trying to address. We work closely with the sheriff's office. But since the smoke shops have arrived, we've seen issues around the smoke shop, people congregating, robberies, some acts of violence. So it's something that we're hoping there'll be some adjustments in the law that we can address and be a little bit more, just make sure the rule of law is being followed at a lot of these smoke shops where we're seeing problems.
Mike.
Hi, good evening, everybody.
But in Queens, on Roosevelt Avenue, Rosie, it was a major issue. Community members were complaining, and within, I guess, 24 hours, we were there and we cleaned it out. And as far as homelessness, we take homeless very serious, and we partner with our different homeless outreach partners to ensure that if we see an encampment, that we get on it right away, make sure that it's cleaned up, offer services to the individuals that need it. And we've come a long way between the last 2 years cleaning up the city with homelessness.
So just to add to that statistic that she's talking about, the last 2 years, the New York City Police Department has cleaned over 10,000 homeless encampments in our city.
Mr. Faisal Beg, with National Advisor.
Thank you, Rahul. My name is Faisal Beg. I want to thank Commissioner Caban, Chief Madre, Deputy Commissioner, Chief of Personnel, and the rest of the executive body for showing up to this town hall meeting. It means a lot. I think it's a step in the right direction. I think most of us here would agree there more needs to be done. Right? Question is, in what way and how? So here's my question. How can we craft an impactful message conveying that the police department collaborates with and serves the community rather than being an adversarial? That's part one. Part two is, can we then come up with a way to reinforce that message through meaningful actions? And some of the suggestions were made as to appointing members of the community where the representation needs to be. And I agree with Jeffrey Medry's comment that they're headed in the right direction. What can we also do as a community? There's a lot of talent here on this end of the community. There are lawyers, doctors, engineers. How can we help you guys as a community also?
So I know Assistant Commissioner Carlos Nieves answered the first part about how he started with the media, getting all involved. making sure that there's representation in the Pakistani community, the Muslim community. So when we need to get the word out, it's done through our social media platforms, it's done through our print, it's done through our newspapers. And that's a large part of it. A second part of it is organizations like PAL and the work they do within our department, getting out to their communities, helping recruit officers come on our job to represent our communities. That's a big part of it. Another part that we say is, I like to use the terminology, public safety is a shared responsibility. We can't do nothing alone. We need your help in everything we do, and we look forward to working in each community, especially communities like yourself. So please reach out to us, and I'd absolutely love to work with you.
Mr. Asif Jamal.
Well, first of all, congratulations for organizing such an amazing event. For the first time, I see all the top leadership from NYPD here in one hall. So it's a great occasion for all of us. Thank you, Ruhail Khalid, for putting together this. And I want to say, Commissioner Caban, that your media department is working really well. So thank you very much, Commissioner. I'm the part of media with ARI Television. And for the first time, we feel connected. We receive all the emails and all the announcements from NYPD every morning. So great work, sir. My hats off, and thank you very much for opening up the door for us. Commissioner Caban, my question is very simple, but it's intense rather. Question is, the hate crime has always been a great concern, but now it's even becoming intense. What specific steps are you taking to protect the communities, specifically Muslims? Thank you.
Yes, so I have our CEO of the Hate Crime Task Force, Gary Marcus, here to answer that question.
Thank you very much for that question. My name is Deputy Inspector Gary Marcus, Commanding Officer of the NYPD's Hate Crime Task Force. So I think a common theme here that we've been hearing is that public safety is a shared responsibility. The NYPD Hate Crime Task Force consists of some of the most dedicated investigators anywhere in the police department. These are career investigators that have earned a place at the table here to take on these very sensitive and high-profile investigations. And we've also increased our own outreach capabilities. So we have, for example, here tonight, we have literature that we've translated into 15 languages, including Urdu. And we do a lot of community outreach where we've now made ourselves a resource available to local precinct commanders, and we're happy to join them at community council meetings and other events that they deem pertinent. The task force is also now involved in training all of our supervisors at every level through the department so that they are better equipped to identify potential bias incidents and bring them to our attention. So there are a lot of initiatives that are going on, and one of the newest initiatives that I'm most proud to share with you here today is the addition of an attorney, a dedicated hate crimes attorney to our team that is able to kind of help us parse the nuances of the hate crime laws and the cases that come in that are extremely complex, and to make sure that every case is not only treated and investigated with the absolute finest investigative techniques possible, but that we have the strongest case to present to the district attorney's office following the arrest to make sure that we can follow that case through to conclusion and that that person is charged appropriately. So I hope I answered your question a little bit, but I think more importantly, I hope you walk away feeling that you absolutely have the finest investigators handling the most sensitive cases in the event that an unspeakable event like that should occur. So, thank you.
Next person, Diwan Mustafa.
Sir, thank you very much. First of all, I really appreciate to Police Commissioner and all the executives giving us opportunity to speak up and raise our concern. And thank you, Paul, for arranging that beautiful program. Sir, I have one concern about Pakistani American Law Enforcement Agency Society. We see a number of captains sitting there from last 7-8 years. We don't see a number of promotions compared to other communities in Pakistan. The second, as one of our fellow, he just raised a concern about hate crime. So I have a suggestion, why not NYPD should launch a campaign against hate and discrimination with a collaboration with the Pakistani community or different communities. Thank you.
Just in regards to promotions, their time is all coming. They're in their commands, they're grinding, they're paying their dues, it's all coming. Adil, he was like in the forefront. That's why he's been promoted twice already. Those guys are right behind him. So just, keep praying for them, keep praying for their health, their success, their safety. You'll be going to their promotions as well.
Mr. Asif Aziz.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Thank you, pals, thank you NYPD, thank you Commissioner for being here concerning the community issues. My question is that there have been serious concerns about New York Police Department singling out the food delivery workers on e-bikes and scooters. And as compared to other people who are using it for leisure and for traveling and other stuff. So basically my question is, why is it more focusing on these people who are working on daily wages and once they're fined and summoned and sometimes their bikes or their equipment is confiscated. So I need to know what is the reason of they're being targeted more than the other people who are using it for other entertainment purposes.
So I'll start, but I have to respectfully disagree because we despise the e-bikes. But for anyone, naturally, because there have been a hazard to all pedestrians, and so it's not as enforcement. We do enforcement not based on race. We do enforcement based on, the crime, traffic infractions, whether the e-bike is registered, unregistered, and so that's respectfully disagree with you.
I think, and the commissioner, I have to double down on what the commissioner is saying. In 2022, when I was chief of patrol, and when I took over that spot, one of the first things I wanted to do was address quality of life conditions. And the number one quality of life condition was the dirt bikes, the ATVs. We were getting 311 calls, 911 calls, and we went after them and we took numerous spikes. Food delivery workers, believe it or not, and we will summons a food delivery worker when they're not compliant with the law, but we also use a lot of discretion with them. We give them a lot of grace because we see that they're working. We see they have people's food, so we give them a lot of discretion, not unless it's something that's really, really egregious that we have to address. So we do a lot for the food delivery workers, even though we do get a lot of complaints about the food delivery workers because they're not properly attired, they're breaking the laws, running red lights and stuff like that. And I understand, listen, you want to get the people's food there, hot, fresh, it may impact your money, you want the person to give you a good tip for delivering it on time. We understand that. We give a lot of discretion to the food industry people who are using the e-bikes for deliveries.
Thank you.
Mr. Ali Rashid.
Good evening and assalamu alaikum everybody. Thank you, Pauls, and thank you everybody to have a unique, coming together at this town hall. Hats off to all the Pauls team. It's a unique event. And as Rohil mentioned, I want to thank the Commissioner Edward Caban for doing the first ever Pakistan Heritage Month celebration at NYPD. What we did, as Rohil mentioned already, we went in the state Albany and we made sure we passed a resolution to make March as Pakistan Heritage Month in State Assembly and the Senate for majority decision. This is a proud moment for all the community. And I also want to thank all the executives promoting our brother Adil Rana. We can't say wait him to see Chief soon, and all the other Captain Wahid and Jangir and everybody else who's doing great work. So thank you for all of you. My question is very simple: is we have this Islamophobia rights. People talk about hate crimes, and the NYPD is very diverse right now. but how do you tackle day-to-day challenges for positivity? And also, how do you see that youth, having a bad image during the protest, make sure that they have a positive image of NYPD coming together and making a big impact of positivity and optimism? Thank you.
Commissioner Ford.
Good evening, everyone. And thank you so much for that question. So my name is Alvin Forst. I'm Assistant Commissioner of Community Affairs Bureau. Having that relationship, I know there was some earlier questions about how do you build that relationship with the police. Everyone in here should know their community affairs officer. Every precinct has one. We have a crime prevention officer as well. We have an older agent person officer in the every command as well. All about 77 precincts have them, our 9 housing commands and our 12 transit districts. So just please make sure that you reach out to your community affairs officer. And we have some community affairs officers in the back too that can actually give you their contact information. As far as the young people, we have so many different programs, but I'm gonna start off with some of the ones that we're really looking at. This summer, we're hiring over 1,000 young people in all of our commands in NYPD with our partnership with the Department of Youth and Community Development, all right? We also have every one of our precincts, our commands, we have an Explorers program. That's for young people, totally free program, 14 years of age to 20 years of age, where young people can come in the precinct, they teach them life skills, they work with our officers, many of them become police officers later on. And we also have this summer, our Summer Youth Police Academy, totally free for young people. We work very closely with the Department of Education, ages 10 to 15 years of age. Again, a totally free program for young people. Parents can drop off their kids, and those young people get to engage police officers and our school safety agents as well. So happy to connect with you and connect you to some of those services for older people, but also young people. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. I would like to add something. So far, whoever reached out to us and they said they have a question for Police Commissioner, Chief Madry, and everyone else, PAL's here to support you. But this is not only the NYPD job to protect, it's everyone, it's combined. We as a fraternal, we build a bridge for the community. But we can only make it stronger with your help, with your support. Today I see that diverse community. When I say diverse, I see the doctors, engineers, businessmen, IT, attorneys, nurses. We never seen those faces before. So it's a perfect message that PALS is doing something right, and that's why you guys are here. But we need this to move on. For that, we need your help. If you have the young kids, the 17, 16, 18, there's a lot of programs within the NYPD. You can tell the kids they can become cadets. If they have any issue, we can help them. We have a chief of personnel who helped us for the last few recruitment drives. And I think that was the most successful recruitment drive I've seen in the last 15 or 17 years. And you will see the result by the end of this month. Our goal is, if we are 600 now, in the next 3 years, we want to see 1,000 Pakistani police officers. Now I will say that, everyone's asking when these people are going to get promoted. I heard that question every day. And there's a lot of responsibility on my shoulder. Go speak with the commissioner as in from the community. We did our job, commission doing their job. But what we gotta do, we gotta support the NYPD. We have to stand shoulder to shoulder. Then you will see the change. The change is already there since police commission there. But now we need to go to the next level. As a PALS, we introduce something new to our members. If you're a sergeant, police officer, or lieutenant, you take the police officer exam, you top 10, we reimburse your fees. And if you came number 3 on the PALS list, we will give you $250 plus your filing fees. Number 2, $500. And if you become number 1, we'll give you your tuition fees back. But if you become number 1 on the department list, we'll give you top of that a gift. Recently, Yasin Mobeen was the number 1 on the department list. He got the reimbursement fees, tuition fees, and top of that, he got a one-way ticket from PALS. the question, that's my answer. We putting everything. If we have 50 captains, the department will promote, obviously. So we need to keep taking those exams. Those exams is your right. Go take those exams. Whoever take the PALS number, take the exam, you pass, PALS will reimburse your fees. I would like to thank the 6th Commanding Officer, Captain Kenneth Harib. Thank you, sir, for all the help today. Chief McAvoy, thank you, sir, for providing such a great, service and help the community the way you always do. We have 2 of our members here. Commanding Officer of IT unit in the Police Academy, Sergeant Russell Dunbar, please come at the stage. We all know why you came late. You were doing something in the academy for the next graduation. Tomorrow. Thank you. Tomorrow? Oh, tomorrow. See that? This guy working 24/7. Good job. Well done. And the next person I'm going to call, this is going to show you how PALS working for the community, not just for the members. 2.5 weeks ago, 1:30 at the night, I received a text message. I have a chest pain. I'm going to Maimonides. He didn't say I'm going to Maimonides, he said going to the Maimonides. So it looked like somebody forwarding the messages. I called his home. Guess what? There was a board member. He was having a heart attack and he was calling me. Thank God. The doctor says he's a lucky person. He got 2 stents, no major heart surgery. It happened 2.5 weeks ago. And that individual standing right over there, Sergeant Faisal Ajaz. Please come at the front. All the board members and trustees, please come at the stage at the front. You're not going to see this dedication from anywhere else. And that's why I'm going to keep reaching out to the commissioner. I'm going to keep reaching out to all our executives for you guys. I'm not going to stop. And I'm not embarrassed to reach out to them again and again and again. But we need your help, we need the community help, and we need the members' help. Also, I would like to call Sergeant Ali at the stage. You won the 3rd spot as a lieutenant on the PALS. We got a check for you. Everyone, I would like to say thanks for attending this town hall meeting, and this is not the end. This is the beginning of the new chapter. 1 minute. Thank you, sir. I think somebody brought the flower. Who's that for?
Happy Family Social Day Care for the Presidential Commissioner.
So that's for you, sir.